Hey everybody, this is Gimpy, aka Gimpy Spetsnaz, on the Black Hearts gaming server for DayZ Epoch, which is absolutely my favorite game for the longest time now. Since I've run into DayZ Epoch, I've been playing nothing else. And I will talk about the reasons why I like this game more than any other game later, but for now this video is just to give you some tips on how to solo the missions that occur randomly throughout the map. So this is a medium difficulty loot cache mission that you're seeing here, and I'm approaching it via helicopter, my little personal Mozzie, which is my preferred method of arrival at the missions. You can also see that it's a blue circle on my map, which means that it is a medium difficulty AI. The red ones are going to be hard. And right here, very dumbly, I've flown too low and they've spotted me and begun shooting at me, so you can see me evading. Now, one of the most important things about doing missions is preparation. It's good to have all the medical supplies that you might need, as well as a lot of storage capacity in your backpack. Those are two very much needed things, and as well as ammo. It's also good to bring a sniper rifle instead of an assault rifle, because if you are in range to shoot them with your assault rifle, then they are in range to shoot at you as well. And it's just much easier to do it with a sniper rifle. In fact, I've never successfully done a mission with a assault rifle. That being said, I just use the cheapest sniper rifle that makes sense, which is the SVD. I bring as many mags as I can because you never know how much ammo you're going to need. You might run into players, so that's also something to consider. So these missions have two groups of four bandits each group, and they could be anywhere within that circle. So it's really good to be aware of where both groups are before you start the mission and land and begin shooting. In this one, I kind of neglected to find the second group, and I made the assumption that the second group is on the other side of this big hill, which I was correct, but it's better to be thorough in your search. So here I've already spotted the loot cache, which is up and to the left, and zombies are also really important to take care of and listen for. So if you fire your gun and you hear a zombie groan or spasm out, then you should be expecting a zombie shortly. Here I have a little bit of extra time though when I hear the sound of the zombie, because I'm at the top of a tall hill and zombies walk up tall hills. They can't run full speed. So I have that to my advantage. Also, being a northern mission, I have really tall hills with very little trees, so the bandits can't really flank me easily, and it's always they're in a straight runway to my line of fire. So it makes it very easy to keep tabs on all these guys. It's also good to, if you can, make a note of how many bandit kills that you have before you start the mission, and make sure that you don't try to loot anything until you are at whatever you started with plus 8, because there's going to be 8 bandits. So after each bandit that you shoot, check your kill count and make sure that's increased. Otherwise he's just wounded and only temporarily wounded, and will get back up and will definitely stalk you and kill you. So you can see me here in the video, I'm shooting the bodies to make sure that doesn't happen. But what you'll also see is I don't check my total kill count before I start on the second group of 4 bandits, and I will pay the price ultimately in this video by having a very close call with the last bandit remaining, because I didn't pay attention to that. So you'll see that. So you can see the loot cache, and I'm just kind of scanning for the second group, and one of the guys peeked over the crest of that hill, so I've spotted them officially. And this is actually a perfect opportunity to start shooting, because they are going to, for the most part, run in a straight line towards me. So I begin shooting right away because I can predict that that's where they are going to go to get to me. So I'm backing up so I have the opportunity to go prone and hide in the event that they start to shoot me. So I'm just shooting the rest of these guys, and what you're gonna see is I'm gonna finish up this second group of bandits, and then the last one, which I've neglected, is going to be creeping up on me, and I won't realize that I've missed one until I finish this second group. And it's always a terrifying realization, because bandits, they don't just stand still and go about their business. They will be constantly running towards you. At this point, I am just looking around for that last one, because I've realized, oops, forgot that 8th bandit. So I'm looking down there, make sure he's not coming from a lower position, and there I go. I spot him right there. He starts shooting at me. So this is scary, because he starts running at me, so I know I have one chance to get up and then shoot him successfully. Otherwise, he probably will get to me. So I get him, and then I shoot him twice, and make sure he's dead. It's like for really morbid. You're essentially shooting bodies that are that are lying motionless on the ground to begin with. So I skipped the first group of bandits because I want to get to the loot cache first, and then loot the bodies if I have time or space in my bags for the loot. So I run to the cache. Luckily, I've brought a large gun bag, which is what I believe to be the largest bag in the game. I brought that with me so I can loot most of the good exotic weapons. So next 20 seconds is just me managing my bag space and dumping the unnecessary cheap loot in order to make room for one last weapon. So just going from bandit to bandit. Also, you want to make sure that you listen for choppers or other vehicles that players might be driving to get to you. There's a lot of opportunistic players in this game who will go to the outskirts of the world and with a sniper rifle just to make sure that somebody else does the mission for them. And then while you're looting the cache, you're standing still, so then they just shoot you in the head and then they take your stuff. So if I were in the case of there's a lot more good loot that I wanted to get at a later time, but I didn't have any bag space for it right now, it would have been good to have a camping tent to place down and then just throw the loot temporarily in there. And then I like to get a notepad file on my computer and just type in the coordinates of where I leave these camping tents, so when I have some downtime I can fly a helicopter over there and then just loot all that stuff and clear it out. So now I'm just running back to my helicopter. I've been very lucky to not have any other players, contend with me on this mission, though there was only 18 players on it at this time. Though above the 20 player mark, I feel like there's a lot of competition at these missions, and I'm constantly running into other players. And it's always good to have the upper hand on them. So if there's a lot of people on the server at the time of doing a mission, I like walking to the mission if possible, or riding a bicycle and then getting off the bicycle and then doing it so I don't attract attention. I've gotten the upper hand on a lot of players by simply doing that. So that's the end of the video. I just wanted to make a little quick tutorial, and I hope some of my little tricks and facts and advice have helped you out. Hopefully you can manage to do some missions successfully, because you get a lot of good stuff if you manage to complete one. See, in this video I have tons of really exotic sniper rifles that I could either use or sell for a lot of gold. So once you do your first mission successfully, you have a lot of loot that will last you quite a while. So I wish all the best of luck to you, and I will see you in Chernarus. Until next time.